What's going on, Jeromes? So, yes, it's pretty fair to say that the career of slinging Sam Darnold so far hasn't been ideal after he came in as the number 3 overall pick in the 2018 NFL draft. So no one told you life was going to be this way. But, of course, we've gone over this ad nauseum, the Jets, the Panthers, blah, blah, blah. And also, I mean, last year, with the Niners as the backup quarterback, made a Super Bowl run. I think that certainly will pay dividends. And the Vikings, I mean, all the chips are in. J.J. McCarthy with that knee injury, which allegedly took place against the Raiders. It's going to be Sam Darnold's show, and win, lose, or draw, we're rolling with 14. That's right, man. And as I burp. But not everyone sees it the way that true blue Vikings fans do, where, hey, Sam Darnold, it didn't quite work out everywhere else, but he was bereft of weapons, coaching, and everything like that. He's got great infrastructure here with the Vikings and should be good to go. But The Athletic, so Mike Sando, Mike Sando is like Jeremy Fowler, equivalent over at ESPN, did up a survey, does this every year, with 50 coaches and execs, and they do up a tier ranking for the quarterbacks. And, of course, Mahomes is one. Doesn't really matter. But our guy, slinging Sam Darnold, end up in tier 4 behind Daniel Jones, behind Justin Fields, who might not even start for the Steelers, by the way. But define a tier 4 quarterback could be an unproven player, not enough information for voters to classify, or a veteran who ideally would not start all 17 games. Great, fantastic. Now, what bothers me about this ranking is, so he's behind Will Levis, Captain Mayonnaise, as well as behind Vern Troyer of the Panthers, and slightly ahead of Jabroni Brisket of the Patriots. Now, they don't include rookies on this list because that has to do a lot with projecting, so I get it. But I mean, Brissett might not even start. It might be Drake May's show. So Sam Darnold, by these 50 coaches and execs, is literally the worst non-rookie starting quarterback in the NFL, which just makes you feel great. This is what they wrote. One season with Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco. Just said that. Gave Darnold a slight boost with some voters. He commanded 12 votes in Tier 3, twice as many as 2022, his most recent Tiers appearance. He played before he was ready in New York, and then Carolina was a rough deal. A head coach said he got himself back on course with the 49ers. That was healthy for him, and that's what we're banking on. So breaking down the votes, 0 Tier 1, 0 Tier 2 votes, 12 for Tier 3, 26 for Tier 4, and 12 for Tier 5. There's not even a Tier 5, man. Like, again, it ends with Brisket. Like, there is no Tier 5. So they're putting Darnold on a tier that doesn't even exist. Man, I don't want to be the competition being Darnold and I don't want to be one of those guys who holds onto his draft grade, but I would not be surprised if he holds off J.J. McCarthy for a while. That happened before J.J.'s injury. All would agree that the infrastructure in Minnesota, I just said infrastructure, in Minnesota is better for Darnold than the situations with the Jets and the Panthers were for him. You're telling me that Kevin O'Connell calling plays backed up by Josh McCown, who's one of the best quarterbacks coaches in the game, as well as Wes Phillips and company. That's slightly better than Ben McAdoo calling plays, or the overrated Joe Brady, or Adam Gase. That's what you're telling me. And also, so you're telling me that Jefferson and Addison and Hawkinson are just smidge better than Jamison Crowder with the Jets, Robbie Chosen Anderson in both of his spots, as well as a disinterested DJ Moore before he got traded. That's what you're telling me. Okay, sure. Sometimes I think he's a 3 in the right situation, and exec said, 3rd tier. It would not surprise me if he has a decent year with Kevin O'Connell. I'm teetering between 3 and 5. I'll go on a limb and say he's a 3 this year. Darnold got as many votes in Tier 5 as he got in Tier 3, so it's a stretch to say these optimistic takes were representative of the group. He has never started more than 13 games in a season. He has been with multiple teams, and we're waiting for the guy, a defense coordinator said. He's just jittery, man. It's okay. We'll just take that to note. But ride, Sally, ride. Now, everyone is hating on Sam Darnold. They're like, because I've watched football since 2018, so Sam Darnold's going to be bad. It's okay. Silencio the haters, por favor, because I think Sam Darnold's going to sling it, man. And In a weird way, we've gone over. I think that J.J. McCarthy being out for the year actually could help Darnold, because I'm not sure if Darnold would have had the mental fortitude to be able to handle the most popular guy in town being right behind him and being the fans chanting J.J., J.J., J.J. At every turn against Darnold. But it's okay. I do think that he's going to rise up. He's got the weapons. There's not going to be too much asked from him. He doesn't have to be the savior like like he had to be for the Jets and to a degree for the Panthers. All he has to do is distribute the football, limit the stupid mistakes, and go from there. And I think that even though they revised the criteria, Sam Darnold, America's quarterback, 2024 comeback player of the year, Pro Bowl alternate, but of course the Vikings won't be in the Pro Bowl because they'll be playing for Super Bowl. And Sam Darnold. All other countries have lower levels of potassium. Darnold's gonna bring him, man. I feel it, not just as a quasi USC fan, but I feel it like in my loins, in my undercarriage, that Darnold is going to silence the haters and the losers. He's going to have a fantastic season. Justin Jefferson's going to break records. This offense is going to be top 5 and it won't be 5. The defense is going to be top 5 and it won't be 5. Woo! Let's go. Fired up on a Monday. Kind of like it, man. It's pretty great. But your thoughts are the thoughts. Sam Darnold via The Athletic. Sure. Is a tier 4 quarterback and the second worst starting quarterback in the NFL. And if Drake May starts over Brissett, he would be the worst starting quarterback. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. Blah blah blah. Skull production value.